Hello, welcome, welcome everybody to the Building Wi-Fi Network, Altai's Building Wi-Fi Network using Altai Super Wi-Fi webinar. Thank you for everyone to take their time to join us. Today, we're going to talk about our new product, A3, the Altai A3 product line, our cloud-based management system, Altai Care, the features. We're going to share some of our recent successful deployment cases, and we'll finish off the webinar with a Q&A session. Today's speakers are Ken Leung, our Senior Director of Business Development. I am Thomas Hui, the Director of Product Management. We're based in Hong Kong. So just a couple of pointers about today's webinar. Basically, I will have everybody mute today. So if you have any questions for the Q&A session, please put down your question on the questions section on the webinar, and then we'll answer them one by one during the Q&A session. So let me start off by introducing our new Altai A3 product line. The Altai A3 product line was launched in Q4 last year. There are three models. The A3EI, which is a high-capacity outdoor AP, A3C, A3W, both are high-capacity indoor products. All these products are 3x3 MIMO, dual band with 11 AC. Their maximum capacity is up to 1.75 megabits per second. These are all with extensive coverage. The A3EI, for example, can go up to 1 km in 2.4 gigahertz and about 800-meter line of sight for 5 gigahertz. There are several key features that contribute to the superior performance of the A3 product series. First of all, the A3 product line, just like the previous Altai Super Wi-Fi products, have very good RF and filter design. This is especially important for Wi-Fi which operates in the unlicensed band. Wi-Fi is susceptible to interference of other wireless technologies such as like Bluetooth, 4G, and 3G, especially in the 2.4 gigahertz, where 4G operates in very near frequency bands. Therefore, with the superior filter design and also with our interference mitigation algorithm, the Altai A3 provides excellent performance in a noisy and highly interfered environment. I'll show you some results of the A3 products. Compare some performance test results compared to other commercial industrial products in terms of the results, and I'm pretty sure you'll be convinced of the A3 product's performance. The other important factor is to have high TX power, not only just at high TX power, but at very high data rates. For example, for 11N at MCS 7 and MCS 15 data rates, or for 11AC for MCS 9 data rate. Many products out there have high TX power, but the high TX power only for a low data rate. The TX power drops off rapidly at higher data rates, which means that when you really need the good performance and capacity, these products can't deliver. On the other hand, the A3 has high data rate even at the higher data rate, high TX power even at the higher data rates, only maybe up to 3 or maybe at most like 3 dB drop between the TX power and low data rate and a high data rate. So this allows the A3 product series to offer high capacity and high coverage at the same time. Lastly, antenna design is very important for MIMO operation. Because 11N and 11AC operates in multi-streams, it is very important for these streams to have good isolation so that they don't interfere with each other. For the A3 product line, all three models have integrated antenna, and we especially enhanced these high gain polarized antenna and improve their isolation so that we can optimize the performance, especially in 11N and 11AC mode. In early March, we're going to release a new firmware, which is called firmware 2.1. This new firmware will offer several key features which enhance the performance of the APs and also improve the user experience. First important feature is what we call smart band steering and load balancing. So for dual band AP, it is especially important for the AP to be able to steer the user to use either 2.4 or 5G radio for optimal connectivity. So our smart band steering algorithm is based on two factors. First is that it's based on the connectivity of the client. We look at the signal strength of the client and the connectivity. And let's say if the client has a better, better connectivity at 2.4G, then the AP will steer the client to connect to the 2.4 radio. But that's only one factor. Okay. We also look at the load of each radio, or the number of users on each, and also the number of users on each radio. So let's say even if a client has a better connectivity at 2.4G, but if the 2.4G radio has 100 clients, but the 5G radio has like a few clients, then it will make more sense for the algorithm to steer the client to connect to 5G so that he can optimize his user experience. So based on these two factors, the smart steering would steer the user to the appropriate rate to connect to the appropriate radio and to optimize his user experience. The second important feature is Hotspot 2.0. Okay, this is a feature for mobile users that allow them to connect seamlessly to different SSIDs. We also have enhanced two important features for RF management. The first one is what we call auto TX power control. The AP would detect its co-channel APs, the signal strength of the co-channel APs, and adjust its TX power accordingly to minimize interference between itself and other co-channel APs in the same Wi-Fi network. The second important feature is that we have enhanced the auto channel selection feature. Okay, this new version of the ACS will take into account of channel usage, noise floor, number of APs, and their relative signal strengths in that surrounding area to pick the best channel for the AP. Previously, the ACS only works on a schedule-based mode. Okay, this version it will work on dynamic mode, which means that we will be able to react to the environment, like transient interference sources, for example, in a real-time manner. So the AP, when it detects a huge interference, it will be able to change channel, accordingly, rather than wait until like 2 a.m. in the morning to change channel. Okay. The final software feature I want to mention is AO2.11R. So we are going to support fast roaming, PMK caching, to allow so that the mobile for the mobile user to be able to roam between the APs more efficiently. Oops. Okay, so I'd like to then talk about the key A3EI applications. Obviously, as an outdoor AP, the main application for A3EI is to work as an outdoor Wi-Fi hotspot or work as a outdoor AP for private Wi-Fi network. Okay, with its dual band and high capacity, it's also a perfect AP for broadband internet access. In fact, if work together with our existing solution, like with the C1N in 2.4 or C1A and 5G, but we also have a new product called C2S, which I will talk more about in a few minutes. The C2S is a dual band 2x2 AP with 11 AC. So it can also work as a CPE. So with the C1S, we can take advantage of the high capacity of A3EI to give to provide users the users with more bandwidth demand. The A3EI with its integrated antenna can also be used as a point-to-point or point-to-multipoint backhaul link. For example, for video surveillance or as backhaul for network infrastructure for mobile operators and wireless ISPs. At very close range, like within 1 km, we can get a maximum real throughput up to like 400 or even 500 megabits per second. At longer range, mid-range, like 1 km, 2 km, it would still be able to deliver over 200 megabits of second throughput. The A3C and A3W are both indoor products. So the main application would be for indoor Wi-Fi hotspot and also as AP for private Wi-Fi networks such as like enterprises, warehouses, schools, and so on. So we offer two versions, right? The A3C is a ceiling mount version, whereas the A3W is a wall mount version. So these two models would provide, different deployment options for different scenarios. Now, I would like to share with you some test results with A3W versus Ruckus R700. Both A3W and the R700 are 3x3 MIMO AP. Both are dual band, supporting 11 AC. Okay, so and we are going to do this in an office environment. This is in fact our office, Altai office in Hong Kong. Okay, this is actually our office, and we put the AP here, and we test 3 locations. These are the 10-feet one and 20-feet one are line of sight locations, whereas the 60-feet location is actually a non-line of sight location. There is a concrete wall blocking the signal. So it is actually this point is actually quite a challenging point in an office environment. The environment itself is very noisy. There are a lot of different wireless signal around. There are also a lot of Wi-Fi APs around. In fact, we usually have several APs. We're usually doing testing on several APs. So it's actually a pretty challenging environment. We also use a 2x2 laptop to do the test, as a client to do the test. So as you can see, for the 5 gigahertz downlink performance, you can see that at very close range, Altai holds a pretty decent advantage over the Ruckus. In fact, 20% at 10 feet and 10% at 20 feet. At the long line of sight and low signal point, Altai actually holds even a bigger advantage, 35%. So, and for 2.4G downlink, which is typically more noisier, You can see that at close range, Ruckus and Altai are pretty much on par. And at the non-nav sight point, Altai actually more than doubles the throughput of the Ruckus. Okay, so it's pretty clear that overall Altai works and beats Ruckus, despite Ruckus so-called beam flex, which is supposed to work much better, provide better coverage in noisy in a highly interfered environment. But Altai does beat them due to our better RF design, better filter design, and so on. This is an outdoor case, outdoor performance test. We put A3EI up against Ruckus, the Ruckus T301S. The A3EI, obviously, as I mentioned before, is a 3x3 AP. Both products, both the Altai and the Ruckus, have sectorized antenna. Obviously, the A3EI has a slightly higher gain than the Ruckus. Ruckus is a 2x2 product, but the client that we use for this test are 4 iPhones. Okay, we used 4 iPhone 5s. We put them on a cart, and then we push the cart to different test points, run throughput tests on all 4 iPhones simultaneously, and we add up the throughput together. Okay, so this test is actually done in the US. This is a very typical office type of environment. These are like office buildings. These are parking lots outside the office buildings. So we put the AP here, facing this direction. So we have some points that are non-line of sight. Obviously, these are non-line of sight points, and these are line of sight points. As you can see, once again, the A3EI beats Ruckus. I would like to point out that the environment is also quite noisy. It's not as bad as the indoor case that I just present, but it's also the surrounding area has many APs and several office buildings. So obviously there are also many APs operating in different channels and some in the same channel in this environment. So you can see that overall the Altai A3EI beats Ruckus quite handily, especially in line of sight and also in non-line of sight point where in this case the A3EI doubles the throughput of the Ruckus T301S. Okay, to be frank, our customers was very impressed with these results. All right. So moving on, I would like to talk about Altai Care, which is our cloud-based controllerless platform for AP management. Obviously, the key feature of Altai Care is AP management. It can also be used to provide user access control and hotspot management. And there are other unique features such as location-based services, content delivery, and big data analytics where the customer can use to monetize their Wi-Fi networks. Now, I'd like to discuss a little bit about how Altai Care, which is a cloud-based management platform, what are the key features of it? First of all, it provides a unified management platform. Now, unlike a traditional or conventional WLAN controller-based solution, Altai Care does not require any hardware. Okay, so it uses a pay-as-you-grow subscription model. So you don't have to buy hardware. So initially, if you have 10 APs, you just have to pay the subscription fee, like for 10 APs. And as your Wi-Fi network grow, you pay more. Okay, so it offers significant cost saving over a traditional WLAN controller solution. Okay, and since the Altai Care is based on cloud, it pretty much has unlimited scalability. So as your network grow, if your network grow bigger, you won't encounter a WLAN controller solution, which would have like hardware limitations such as CPU limitation or memory, for example. So if you outgrow your controller, you will have to buy a new controller, for example, bigger controller. But in the Altai Care's case, you don't. You just keep on adding control because the cloud will be able to support more and more, a very large number of APs without any issue. In a traditional controller's case, sometimes you will have to do wiring for your controller. And in some cases, you may even have to re-architect your network in order to accommodate a control-based solution. Not so in the Altai Care's case. Altai Care case, all you need is to give access, internet access to your APs. Then you can manage your APs through the web-based web-based GUI of Altai Care. So it's really plug and play deployment. And finally, unlike a control where the controller would potentially be a bottleneck, Altai Care doesn't have this issue. Okay, Altai Care uses more like a local breakout architecture. So only management traffic and also authentication traffic will go to the controller. There are also other traffic that will go between the controller and your APs, like such as a web page or contents, right? But user traffic will not go to the controller. So you eliminate a bottleneck like the WLAN controller. Okay, so and also so basically it has very high availability because we use Amazon Cloud. So it's very, very robust and very, very stable, okay? So as I mentioned before, so the main reasons and benefits of switching over to Altai Care is like very simple deployment. It has very user-friendly dashboard for managing your AP. It offers significant cost saving. Okay, you don't have to buy hardware like WLAN controller. It has many unique features like location-based services, like big data analytics, content delivery, hotspot management that allows you to build like a Wi-Fi hotspot easily or use other unique features to monetize Wi-Fi. And finally, with all the statistics available for the network administrator, like user statistics, throughput, noise level, channel usage, all these useful information, the network administrator would be able to provide better quality of service to the mobile users. So as I talked about like a minute ago, Altai Care uses the Amazon Cloud to deliver its services. Right now, we are using the Amazon Cloud located in Singapore. Okay. Now, as we grow, as more and more users grow, we are looking into adding more, duplicating the Altai Care in other regions. For example, like if we have more users, for example, in the Middle East area, we'll consider putting in another server in Europe, for example, to speed up the authentication and management speed. And we're also considering putting up another server in South America, for example, where there are already many subscribers. So we already have over 40 of our customers, well over 40 of our customers using the Altai Care one way or the other. Some of them are still testing it. Some we are already using it for managing the Wi-Fi network. Finally, Altai Care has a web-based interface, so and it's really simple and slick. You can see that it's also integrated with Google Map, so that you can easily place the AP on this map. There are also different statistics, like this is the like the throughput statistics. There are also like this is like the number of clients in the Wi-Fi network. These are like channel usage, and then noise floor, etc. So it's really simple to use. You can easily please ask any of us or your sales contact to get a trial account, and then our technical support team would help you to set up and walk you through the Altai care and so on. Okay, finally, I would like to talk about some our upcoming products this year. Okay, so first one, it's a very exciting product. It's called C2S. It has it's a very cost-effective dual band AP with which supports 11AC. It's using the basically it's very similar to the C1XN or C1XAN form factor. It has an internal sectorized antenna and supports two Ethernet ports. Um, and it's low cost and very cost effective. It's perfect for applications such as like schools, uh, wireless ISPs, for example, hotels. These are perfect applications. It can also be used as a CPE, supports both radios, two Ethernet ports. So you can use one radio to connect to the Wi-Fi network and the other radio as indoor coverage, your home coverage, for example. Okay, even though your sector antenna will be probably pointing outside to connect to the Wi-Fi network, um, the antenna is strong enough that it will provide significant coverage inside your home. So I believe this is a perfect solution for CPE. Also, it can be used as a very cost-effective point-to-point and point-to-multi-point backhaul for like video surveillance, for example. Um, so obviously, it supports 2x2 11AC, which can go up to about 400-500 meters in the most perfect condition, but generally speaking, it should be able to go up to a couple hundred megabits per second in a medium kind of range. Altai Gateway, I'm sure many of you has been looking for this product. This is a carrier and enterprise grade WLAN controller offering features just like other mainstream WLAN controller. We're going to first, oh, by the way, I forget. So the C2S will be launched around May or June this year, and by late March we'll have samples for customers trial. Now, getting back to Altai Gateway, the initial version that we want to launch is a medium-sized controller, which supports from 50 to 500 APs. Okay, so this gateway will support both the distributed and centralized network architecture, and will support all the good stuff like AP management, security, RF management, all these kinds of functions. It will also support redundancy, obviously. Um, in this product, we will have samples for trial in Q2, and then in Q3, we'll launch this product. We also plan for a smaller version of the Altai Gateway, probably up to about 100 APs, which would be available in early 2017. Okay. Now, later this year, we'll be launching from late this year, probably Q4 to early next year, we'll be launching some series of MU MIMO AP. Okay, so these APs will support Wave AO2.11AC Wave 2. We'll have we are planning to have both 2x2. We'll have products that are 2x2 and also with 4x4 MU MIMO. Okay, some of these products will also the high-end products we also plan to incorporate smart antenna for improved coverage and capacity. So that's kind of the plan that we have for this year up to like early next year. All right. At this point, I'm going to hand the presentation off to Ken. He's going to share with you guys about some of several recent successful deployment cases that we have.
So thank you, Thomas. So our group has been very excited about these new products and up and coming products as well. Apparently, the markets, our clients have already been deploying some of our solution already. So in the next few slides, we will demonstrate what Altai Care, A3C, A3EI has been deploying and what kind of application has been serving in the markets. So the first case is using Altai Care to deliver location-based services. With our Altai beacon, we have an accuracy of 3 meters, within 3 meters. So what happened is this developer in Hong Kong selected Altai to deploy the Altai beacon throughout some of the areas in the mall. For example, in the concierge, and these areas, when the customers or the retail customers who has their apps, when they send this Altai beacon, they will automatically, using Altai Care, it will deliver some content, the preferred targeted marketing to them. And the second one is what we did in Africa. So we provide our unparalleled wireless service using A3C, A3EI, AEN, and also A2 to give the venue and the hotels unparalleled wireless services at the ADICOM conventions in 2015. So what happened is the hotel, we have deployed our indoor products A3C and A3W for very dense usage, around 200 concurrent user per AP. And then throughout the routes from the hotel to the convention center, we also put our C1N using our 4G routers to provide wireless service in the car while people are traveling to the convention center. Once they arrive to the convention center, we connected a wireless bridge using the A2 to provide the backhaul to the AAN to provide outdoor coverage. And the complete network is under one SSID to provide seamless roaming from the indoor to the bus to the outdoor of the convention center. And this one is at Hong Kong again. So we provide our seamless train solutions. So this train is located at one of the most reputable amusement park in Hong Kong. And unfortunately, the train itself does not have any wireless connectivity to the center. And they would like to provide a very strong and robust throughput to the connected to 12 high definition surveillance cameras inside the train. So our group proposed it using 2 pairs of A3EIs to provide a high throughput wireless link. On average, what we tested is around 50 Mbps non-line of sight throughputs, and at a carved tunnel of 1.2 kilometer while the train is moving. This has demonstrated that Altai A3EI is able to provide a very robust wireless link even at a moving targets and also at a non-line of sight environment as well. And this one again is in Hong Kong, and as for one of the utility company in Hong Kong, and how Altai has transformed them as a traditional power plant into a smarter or a smart power plants, where we provide a coverage of 9 kilometers square at the island and the power plant as well. So we only used only 18 units of AAEI AC and A3EIs to cover the whole areas. And also because of our large coverage and taking advantage of that, we were able to cover the island across where the residential is, where the staff is living there across the island, providing a wireless bridge over to the areas. And also our AAEI NAC were able to do a big coverage over the island as well, providing a smart metering applications where the meter as usually, I believe a lot of areas in Asia or even around the world are still using their staff to take up the meters readings. But then right now we were enable them to become a e-digital meter. So what happened is they connect the meter with our C1XAN, and through that the meter is live as 24/7. So any surge in the power grid, it will be noticed right away and immediately as well. And another one that provide demonstrate that we have a very strong wireless link in a moving environment. So what happened is this elevator is actually located at the fifth tallest skyscrapers in Hong Kong, and it's around 73 stories high with 346 meter. And what happened is, originally, this elevator has a cabling, which has served the surveillance and also the live HD streaming for financial video. However, the cable itself was broken due to eroding. So the lead time for fixing is a long time where they need to call up the elevator engineers to open the elevator shaft to check and also to replace. Not only that, the cable itself is very costly, but using 2C1AN, we were able to conduct an average of at least 40 Mbps when the elevator is moving. And this has provided the convenience to the property manager because both of the C1ANs, one is located at the false ceiling inside the elevators, and one is at the machine room, which is both accessible to the property managers. So they don't have if anything wrong with the wireless link, they can access to these two areas to fix it or replace our AP with another replacement unit. And this one is our very signature proof of concept that we conducted with one of the largest carrier in Hong Kong. So this carrier has deployed 5 units of a US brands. And however, it was also on the news that people have been complaining once the Ferris wheel start moving, the connectivity is lost or there's no throughput at all. So they call us up and we put one AAN compared to 5 of the US brands AP. One AAN was able to achieve the full coverage even around the complete circle of the Ferris wheel. And there's no session loss and the continuity was very strong as well. And we were able to achieve above a signal strength of 7 dBm. And this has demonstrated once again, Altai has a very strong team of RF design team, and also to able to mitigate the noise environments and such as the environment in the Ferris wheel as well, where there's all the metals inside the Ferris wheel.